all I know. Da-na-na. All I know. Sup, Jamie? Doing sub chat or not? Jamie, hello. Try to keep the same thought I had now. I was just in a Zoom meeting. Wait for Amy to pull back in. Amy should get you shortly. All I know. Java! Sup, Java Smiths? Sup, Joe? Sup, Siege? Sage, not Siege. Siege Addict. All I know. Sup, Amanda Perkins? Natalie! Top of this fine morning to you. Hope you're having a super duper amazing day. All I know. All I know. I'm sorry, I'm not talking because I want to keep my thought, because as soon as Amy gets here, I want to continue what I was saying. Tashni! Sup, Mumbumbo? Mumbumbo. That's what I said. Sup, Daisy? Rimrun. All I know, Seahawks on top, let's go. Harrison, thank you for my 50 roses. Amy, there we go, Amy. I'm going to continue with the exact same thought where I was. So I could feel I was losing you slightly. All I'm saying, I'm just finish this concept, is, see, I was trying to tell you about parallel relationships with a particular soul and how sweet it is, because it's been so much to, you guys have been so much to each other, literally, from kings that lock each other in dungeons, you know, right down to, oh yeah, I see that you struggle, here, I'll make sure you get fed during high school, that kind of thing, you know, and to each other, where like one of you will own a shop, and then you'll make sure the other one's sorted out, you know, or you're the patron to their family and vice versa. So there's lots of relationships, and because there's so many, it's endearing if you see the full spectrum, Amy. That's what I'm saying. That's what I was saying. But then I went on a side tangent because I started looking into your future interactions with DBC. Good morning. I'm just finishing a thought stream that I had with Amy because I was just chatting to her in a live Zoom. And that then, because I was trying to tell you about that, looking into your future with him in parallels, you know, I mean, literally, you'll be his child in the future, that kind of thing. And vice versa. So, you know what I mean? Really, relationships really swing around and you play everything to each other. Because I was trying to talk about that, I then went into the ascension possibility, and then wanted to start talking ascension dynamics about how once you've ascended, what you're capable of doing. Your sadhis, basically, miracles, but they're not miracles. It's really just it's natural at that level of energy. When you're that level of energetic relationship with yourself, it's natural to walk in and out of worlds, basically, is what I was going to say. But that's at a complete right angle to what started me on the topic, which was your relationship. And the past relationship and the future, and how endearing it is. It literally squeezes my heart. But, you know, friends and villains are the same. They're the same. They're the same people. They're the same people. La la la. You know. And it's so you can laugh when you figure it out, or when you see it. You can have a good chuckle. You know. God, I say thank you to Jesus every day because I get to live in a world with you, you beautiful people. So it's Max Z. You were the one that said that on my latest video, right? You said the same thing. Yo, sup, Tandy? Good morning. Does Mac want me or wasting my time? It's both. It's both. Raina, it's so funny. Thank God Earth's first Palladian has gotten some fashion sense. Here we go. Sup, we're fireworks. I love you, dude. Good morning, Jody. Concerned about my future. Radbone, don't be. Thank you so much. Thank you, Amy. So, Amy, time-wise, that's a good time for you, right? I will literally get up earlier. I'll get up an hour earlier if you're keen. And then we can, whenever, like 3 days from now, and we can go an hour early when we're supposed to. I will. First my alarm goes off, I'll jump up. Well, everything's sorted now, like the Zoom, it'll be super smooth, that kind of thing. I'll get a better camera tomorrow. Only people that are like you actually like you. But only people that are like you actually like you. That's deep, dude. Everyone's like you. You've got God. God dwells inside you. God dwells in everybody. Everybody likes you. Renor. We can do a time that is good for you too. I'm flexible. I don't know why. I like the hour before I would normally go live. So we'll just take it from here. We'll message each other. So thank you so much for that, Amy. I really, that was really cool. I've got a few other people that I do that with as well. I must actually look into our soul group, Amy, because you can see from when we talk to each other one-on-one, there's just like I've always known you, like, if you live next door or, yeah. So the first one I'm getting is a caravan. You and I ran a caravan, literally camels. It's the first one I'm getting, 1600s, not that long ago. Syria, you, me, camels. Ran a very successful camel thing. Mystics. So that's so cool. I can tell you a whole story about us. So we're mystics, camels. The caravan represented any stream of consciousness to us. So in other words, our caravan was the world. We had treasure, so does the world. We service. So the same way a light worker will service, whoever you interact with, and it's a reflection of yourself. Whoever the caravan encountered, we would do Allah's will. We loved it. We loved it. There was so much bliss from not caring, because you can get like murdered and all kinds. And we were like, no, we can't. Allah wouldn't will that. Like we were so like God doesn't will it. It was hectic. We were mystics, because we'd also mess around with like poison and stuff, and like at the fireplace we're like, Allah doesn't will it, so it's hectic. Amy. We pushed our luck, let's put it that way. But we were funny, we laughed. Brothers, cousins. We were cousins in that lifetime, but then people refer to us as the Thingy Brothers, because we looked the same. Okay, I'm not going to tap into any more of that. It's addictive. It's like, and then we had this thing, and we had both had these sides, because we both had, they got those dagger, daggers, and we had these like daggers commissioned, like twin daggers, they're the same emeralds and everything. And we were so funny, like we loved our those daggers, and then Thingy would be like, da-da-da, nice dagger, and we'd be like, yeah, have mine. Like we value stuff, but we'd give it away so easily. Funny guys, actually. Definitely thought you were more Syrian than Palladian. Who, me? Can I join your live? No, thank you. Welcome to Palladian, baby, from Syrian with love. What? Healing law? Gravity changes perspective a bit. The gravity changes, it does, doesn't it? Cool, so healing law, I'm going to mute you, because you. How else do I say it? Okay. See? From now on, sub chat only. Let's go. Dun dun, changing. Try and please me. Tammy Marie. Narcoleptic, thank you so very much. I appreciate that. Let's see if the world's doing anything weird with itself. Crystal, Tracy, good morning. Sup, Carly? And then I'm, directly after this, I'm going to do 2 readings. Did you hear about what happened to Trump today? No. Amy, you can see. Literally, as I'm thinking, like, what's happening in the world? And then even Amy, there was a part where we were the emails, we were trying to connect with you, and then the and then there was a part where I joked to myself. I was like, oh my gosh, get this right, wasting my time, literally like that as a joke. And then you're like, I know it's taking up your energy. I'm like, no, it was a joke, I didn't mean it. And you can't even joke psychically, because then you'll pick up on it and be like, oh, I don't mean to do that. I'm like, no, I didn't mean it that way. I was trying to be funny with myself, not with you. You got to be careful now that we can all read each other's minds. The world is insane, but in the best way, eh? No, he wasn't. Tracy, the whole world's staged. It's all a hologram. The Palladians are fucking with us. Gosh, you shut up, Palladians. Fuck you, shut up. I'm talking about humans. You're not even human, you don't belong here. Get out of here, Palladians, you fuckers. Anyway, where were we? Just nicked. Yep, just nicked. I missed. So he's on what's his name? He's on that limitless stuff. He's like, okay, got a shooter on the top roof over there. I can dodge, but then I'll know. Okay, I'll have to let it nick me. Okay. That was easy, by the way. Try actually get a headshot next time. Can't shoot me. Anyway, so that's hilarious. They shot Trump. Snipers trying to shoot Trump. So and then they nicked him. What? Now in Limitless? Same thing. It's the same moment. It's exactly the same fifth moment. It's a 4D fifth moment, 5D moment. I know human history. I know the future. I know all human events, basically. It's the same thing on repeat, basically. If you had a spaceship, basically, Amy, what we were talking about, walking in and out of worlds, walking in and out of parallels. Hey, Amy, if you had a map of all timelines, like Loki, you wouldn't necessarily, you'd sit in timelines, you'd hide in other timelines, you would raid timelines. One could get quite rich if you could manage to take your treasures with you from timeline to timeline. What if your treasures was intelligence, divine intelligence? Then it is going bonkers. I can imagine, Crystal. Quite fun, eh? Pew pew, Tracy. You're hilarious. Tracy got, that's so good. Pennsylvania, eh? I moved to Pennsylvania because it sounded like Transylvania. I was born and raised in Tucson, Arizona. No one else runs this day. No one else runs this day. Even when the Secret Service swooped in to take him out, everyone just stood there. Oh, Tracy's like, fuck this shit, it's a movie. Giant camera in there, there's a thing over there. You gotta see over there, it's another camera. Director sitting in that white building over there, kind of thing. I love you, Tracy. It's like Palladians are like, nope, you can't get away with pulling the wool over God's eyes. See Tracy walking through the middle of that scene with a tambourine. Dun, 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 dun. It's a bullshit stage event. Don't believe anything that they say. There's a spaceship in the sky over there. The Secret Service under the ground. Giant subterranean civilization. The shooter dead. They shoot the shooter. No way, Tracy. Thank you so much. No, this is the new fun we get to have. So now, do you know what it's connected to, guys? Who's running for president? Kennedy. He says, I assassinate Trump. So Biden really, who do you think's doing worse? I'm talking impersonally. You got Biden and Trump being attacked by both sides so that they can try and drop them. And the whole idea is then Kennedy pops up in the middle. So now you've got all the ingredients. You've got a shooter, Kennedy, you've got Trump, you've got Biden. It's all the same actors meaning the same energies revisiting so they can complete themselves. Ezra Cohen surfacing now. Wait, who's Ezra Cohen? Tracy. As in Tracy, what I'm now, what I'm acknowledging in you, it's a whole group of, just a group of higher dimensional intelligences that are like, they're basically nodding, they're giving you they're tipping their hat to you. Like I was talking to Amy earlier on, she got a unique way of reflecting the world back at itself, based on her preferences, her values. It's honored and loved by beings you couldn't even imagine. And you've also, Tracy, what your thing there, your particular savviness to reality, it's admired by beings better than me. But no, not better, they're just in a different energetic capacity, that's all. That's what they would say, not better. Better energetic, better. They're better. Just, beings of a higher order who are embodied in that better state. I could be that if I wanted to. My ego says that we're all equal. Remember? I love it. Sorry, the ego's funny. I'm trying to learn about him. About the shooter, eh? Brilliant. As in Tracy, that timing thing, the 11:11, as I'm talking about thingy, talking through the parallels. It takes all kinds of beings. Oh yeah. Sure does. So this is crazy. Okay, let's go. Shooter's the main thing that's trending. Tim Kennedy says, how did the shooter even get on the roof? I've been at several events for Trump and there's no way you can get there. Anything. So Tracy's thing. Now Amy, take parallel timelines and hundreds of beings with hundreds of abilities that are different cascading, different potencies of ability. And then you got timelines, and then you got the actual Secret Service, and then you got the actual deep state, and all of these players, and now you got this event. And now it's like not how did the event happen, how many ways didn't it happen is the real question. Who was involved? Who wasn't involved? Set the stage, all the walls. Oh, amen. And that was my thing yesterday, Tracy, that I heard that someone say that yesterday. That the phrase, it was a theme, the world's a stage. And when I was in my second last year of high school, at a gala, I did a whole I was in my boxer, my friend was like, oh, I want to go to the right, and I was acting like I was a boxer at a gala, and the teachers lost it. They were like, you don't disrespect her. And the point is, I was called into the principal's office with the head of the standard and the deputy, 3 of the top teachers, to be told, listen, you don't disrespect our school that way. And it was over, excuse my language, over fucking nothing. It was a stupid gala, fuck them, fuck everybody. And I said, in there, I was like, the world's a stage, we're all actors. And they lost, especially the head of the standard. She's like, well, you're on my stage. And so that'll always be a catch thing. And I know it wasn't her. I was talking through universal planetary governance. Don't make a fool out of our operation here. Humans will stay asleep. And I'm like, oh yeah? Not if I play my role right. If I play my character right, I can wake the whole planet up to their nature. What's the point of the story? I love that phrase. The world's, how dare you? Yeah, I know. Stand at 9. Stand at 9, grade 11, second last year. And I didn't even know it really was bullshit. Like, when I got called, the teacher's like, listen, after school I want to talk to you. I'm like, okay, I'm in trouble again. I wonder what this was for. At the gala. I was like, oh, at the gala. They're probably upset that I was acting like a boxer. And Ace Ventura. Hey, hey there! And I won as well, it was breaststroke. I won that. I won my race. But I had the stadium laughing. Like a weird boxer dude. I dived in like this, and I was just acting like a weird Jim Carrey dude, and getting everyone laughing, and they were like, no, this is a serious gala. We're going to use your results to quantumly analyze your psyches, and the aliens are going to harvest you. I'm like, I know, I can hear that, I'm psychic. My job is to mess up their plans. God, do you really think that a gala is... Yeah, I think everything, every particle, every experience in all of creation is connected, and I know how. Just saying. You know that the gala wasn't a timeline, exactly. Maybe I went to that gala for a very, whatever. Anyway, world's a stage. This is fun, hey guys. I think this is fun. I love it when this happens. When a big world event happens, we can all laugh at and talk at and analyze and bring our theories forward. Matt, thank you. I'm like, well, who's going to say what next? But you can see, that can't be the shooter. No, man. Who's the guy in black on the white roof that looks like the silhouette of a sniper? I don't know. Trump. I'm so glad we're free. I heard what happened was sniper was in the book depository and, hey, isn't Gladiators on? I'm so glad we're free. Wikipedia, under Ezra Cohen, everyone is... Do you think Ezra Cohen is the shooter? Because you know Harvey Oswald, you know he was FBI and he was like in Russia for 2 years, and you look at his history and then you go, oh, okay, who's the guy that hit? Shut up, man. It's like, if you're gonna get a random shooter to shoot a president, don't get someone you pay on a regular basis to work for you. And if you have, has Harvey Oswald ever taken a paycheck from the US government? Yes. Was he the patsy that shot Kennedy? Yes. Did they shoot him to make sure that it couldn't come out later? Yes. It's really just an IQ, it's an IQ test really is what it is. And we're all failing it. I failed it over and over again. Because life is actually a replaying of your own thoughts. You should catch on to that. Life is life is an IQ test for God, divine IQ test. Eventually you go, hey wait, this is me on playback. And then the aliens appear. Go, finally you woke up. We had to resurrect you from the battle. Back to the battlefield. So human life is nothing more than resurrecting a super soldier. You have to resurrect your own mind by realizing it's all just a playback. That'd be so depressing. I just posted your reading. Thank you. And your reading's getting done directly after this. I am behind. Yesterday I was completely blanked out, and then this morning I did a bit of a trip over my feet getting to my Zoom meeting. And it's happening directly after this live, Bella. I'm getting about butterflies, but it's like good stuff basically. It is butterflies. I'm getting butterflies. Hectic. Crystal, you can see the weather's mirroring all of this chaos. Internet personality, Ezra Cohen, also known as Ezra Cohen Watnick. Is he supposed to be the dude that did the shooting or something? Anyway, whatever. Get back to this. The guy's like so obvious. The shooter's like this giant thingy. Sup, James? How you doing, dude? Obviously you heard about Trump and stuff, eh? But the guy, literally, the sniper's this giant dude on the edge of a roof. Oh, there's two of them. No, what's going on here? You can see Trump and the shooter facing the other direction, and he shoots. Man, what a weird situation. Blame it on Antifa. Proud Boys. It's all made up. That's what I'm saying. But he's not even facing that direction. The shoot, they got a camera. Something that said, take a look at what happened. So are you saying because he got these two snipers on the roof past him. They're busy pointing at the person they're going to shoot at. They shoot, then he shoots, then Trump goes down. Oh my gosh. I know what's happening. You got a jurisdiction. You guys have got two organizations that are overlapping at the same time. I wouldn't know this stuff if AI wasn't involved. AI just explained it to me. The roof guys aren't Secret Service. Yeah, they are. I think they are. Yeah, the roof guys are Secret Service. Yeah, well, they got Secret Service identification. Let's put it that way. If you had to do a background search into the individuals, no, they're part of something else. There's so many overlapping organizations, so many breakaway organizations. They think they're in charge. Everyone thinks they're in charge. It's hilarious, actually. If you could see this if you could look through the mind of every human, which is possible, you could see how many paradigms there are and how many people think that they think that they think that they think. And thinking isn't where it's at. You need to walk above thought. The hive mind will always be used against those who don't have pure intention. So your intent will determine the outfolding of reality, and your reality is you in balance. Have fun, humans. That's Palladians, and Andromedans talking through me at us. Give us something. It's like, you Palladians make contact. Ask for something. Give us a replicator. Give us a replicator. You give me a replicator. Give us a replicating replicator so we can replicate the replicators and hand them out to the humans. Palladians. You're very quiet all of a sudden. Hey, fuckers. There's always a ship over here-ish, which I think is where they project, or where my mind would think it would be, because there's a nice space over there. I enjoyed my day off today. Had a few naps. It was great. Awesome. Day naps are the best, eh, James? The root guys aren't Secret Service. Replication, Inception. X-Up is up 20. Noit. I heard it's doing its thing. They're actually buying it as it's trying to get up. So that it's... Wait. Oh, they're selling it at the same time. I don't know. Wait, why is it down now? I think we're living in different timelines. Because my one here says down 4%. If I go for the month... Hey, it went all the way up to €2 at one point. Oh. And then a bolt of electricity came. Hello? Oh, was it me? I was either bolt of electricity. Wait, Bella, what are you talking about? Hold on, let me go back. Right, lol. Good point, replication, and then the bolt of electricity came. T-shirts are already on sale. What, the Trump T-shirts? Shooter. This man shot down the shooter in just a second after shots were fired. He saved Trump's life. What? This man shot the thing down after the thingy, like gunshots were, and it's a sniper that shot at him. And then it's Trump, basically a whole bunch of us trying to take Trump down, he's holding his hand up. No, man, this thing stinks of frickin' people. Lots of people. Like, it wasn't just staged, it was multiply staged by multiple things and nobody... Sure. So now this is going to up Trump's popularity. Might actually have stolen the election this way, in a way, you know what I mean? From what I'm picking up on from everyone's vibe. With the hand up, that's the one. Yeah, exactly, Crystal. That's what the whole thing was set up for. Yeah, no, pity's huge, Corin. Garnering sympathy, it's huge. It's huge. You can feel it, hey? You guys can all feel it. We just go visit those people in their dreams and say, listen, don't fall for it. You can feel it as well. I mean, we can all feel it. The whole planet can feel it. Even they can feel it. He can feel it. That's classic. Even now, what's going to happen? I don't know. All I know is I don't care because I'm playing a game of chess. And all I know is Kennedy needs to win at the end. So I don't care. It's still through 4 months of game. Game on is all I can say. So, because Biden really, I cringe. Like, I can't watch him. And I watch him like I'm his supporter. And every time he mumbles or doesn't get flowy with his information, I go, like I can feel his supporters cringing, you know? Like watching the horse that you bet on winning and it trips at the finish line. That feeling of, oh shit, sorry. So I can feel them doing this. Oh shit, whenever Biden gets going. And it's like, I have to have him win because I can't have Trump. And then what we really want is that Kennedy is upping. He's upping by points every week. They need it spread. It's like no one's heard of him, if you know what I'm saying. They will, Tracy. It's gonna be Kennedy. It's already. I've been guaranteed Kennedy, like by my, supposed higher self, spiritual hierarchy, spirit guides, aliens. They've guaranteed, based on the timeline unfolding and everything, that we're gonna have a Kennedy. I called it 2 months ago. Remember? I said, listen, I'm gonna say it now. Because now, if everybody falls away from... It's when you fall away from Trump or Biden, you look around and you go, oh, hey, Kenny, what? No way! Because once you get into him, you'll be like, can we please have him? That kind of thing. It's like America doesn't think they deserve something like that. They think they deserve a Biden or a Trump. And it's like, no, we can also get a Kennedy. And it's like, oh, I don't think we're qualified. Please. That's what the energy turns into. A guy that wants to break up the military industrial complex and not send money overseas. What? Trump is a wartime president. That's why they say this is all a military operations. I hate following politics, but I'm also interested in the energy it creates in others. Well, at this point, I'm more interested in the fact that anything you're dealing with is yourself. That's what I find very entertaining about this life right now. It's like shadow puppets. Yeah, multidimensional shadow puppets. Yeah, Biden, can't watch him. I wonder what the actual destruction for. Well, the thing is, Crystal, I don't know the reasoning. Meaning, once a reasoning is a reason, doesn't mean the reasoning will be effective and or not effective. And how many counter beings are reasoning against that reasoning? Like, for real, if you could freeze and look into the Akashic records, hold on, let me ask you something. Totally fabricated bullshit. You're right, Tracy, 100%. Brilliant. How do you get away with it, though? You know, fabricating it. And the actual human that was actually doing the shooting actually got shot and is actually dead. Who's falsy has backfired and lost course? Who's falsy? I saw what the levees broke in China today. What are those? Are those like dams? What's happening in the world? Kennedy said we need to unite and not divide. That's the thing with Kennedy, exactly. But don't just say him saying it, he's saying how he's going to do it. And you look at his track record and blah, 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 blah. Kennedy's the dude. And he will step in, and it's just a matter of, this is a game of 9D chess. R15, Bullseye, Nancy, Arrest, Secret Service, and Jesus. Yay! Jesus is trending. And Kennedy's trending. So it means everyone's going to go, oh, Trump, go to Twitter. And they're going to retweet it. Go, trending. Hey, Kennedy, why is Kennedy trending? And just all you have to do is just, the way I see it, tap. Just slowly tap individuals over to the Kennedy camp. Just one at a time. You've got 4 months. How many you need to be there? Just slowly tap every day. Tap a few humans. 1,000 humans over to Kennedy. Another 1,000, another 10,000, another 5,000, another 4,000, another 10,000. Just slowly tap. There's an exact math. So you could, if you were an AI supercomputer, you could go, cool, elections are then, next debate is then, if I can get him up to this many by then, he'll gather this many more followers at the debate, that means by here. And you can time it so you just get it right. So that you can't really strategize against that. If you were every single being involved, you could rig it. I mean, divine order, destiny, karma. Is it possible to be intelligent enough to direct all karma? I know the answer, yes. Answer is yes. I'm going to prove it. Watch Kennedy. End of story. Cool. So what was the ego Trump trying to get? A pity park, pretty much. I wouldn't say that. No. No, the higher self doesn't give pity. Unless you sing it, unless you see it all that way, then absolutely. Pretty good, actually. So, no. It's true, actually. Whatever you hold true. Yeah. But I know what you mean. Basically, a lesser energy getting the greater energy from greater. I think more from the yeah. No, actually, no. Well, yeah, that's your one. My one is that more from the pity from the people. Not a higher self. Which I suppose that the people is. It's like, you said, listen, go this way around the building. And I'm like, yeah, I'll go this way around. And you're like, but this way around. I'm like, yeah, And then I'm trying to do the math that makes it different, but ways it's the same way. Higher up, it's the same order. It's the same difference. It's the same difference. Poor RFK. I was trying to establish my difference, okay? My ego is trying to establish itself as being separate. It's like, no, my ego says, no, I measured it, we're the same. I used higher Pythagorean equations, and I figured out we're all the same. In theory, I shouldn't exist. Poor RFK Jr. has people don't dwell around White House. It's funny. Well, that's the thing. He's probably tagged Trump. He's like, Trump, you're it. No one's going to be shooting at me. Because Kennedy's got the divine protection, where he's already had a shooter at one of his events. The shooter doesn't get anywhere. The shooter doesn't even get into the venue. And ends up fumbling the gun at the door and flashes it, and the security see it. And Kennedy's he won't get touched, basically. I dare anybody. You won't. No. He's going to be good. And you think about it, as soon as someone does try and do something, well, I suppose they already are. They're already stressed out about him. They're very stressed out. The Trump-Biden camps are very stressed about Kennedy. People get going happy about them. It's sad. But was the guy on the roof outside the venue, or was that Secret Service? I see Secret Service, but they're not shooting. Trump's right there in line with the guys on the roof. See, they're trying to draw a parallel between Kennedy assassination. If you try to stop the wars, they will kill you. Trump's not trying to stop them. They can't paint him as the guy that's trying to stop them. That's bullshit. Kennedy's the guy that's going to stop them. Trump's also the same as Biden. That's the whole point. I only brought I brought Trump into the equation to mix up the Clinton dynasty. That's it. Served its purpose. Fuck off now, and Kennedy step in. Somebody owns this world. It's in debt. So I'm like, the owners of the world can decide who's in charge next. Wait, is it debt-based or karma-based? Who decides? Is karma debt? Money debt? No. Is debt connected to karma? Or is karma Trump debt? I think karma trumps money. I think karma can make magic. I think karma can shift timelines. If you got a really good karmic balance that you haven't used, you probably use it to whirl a planet around. God, fuck you. What? You just threatened me. I didn't. You did. Okay. But you're not just threatening yourself, you're claiming to be the most divine thing ever, and then you're going to use your divine credit to have your way with anything that thinks it's not you. Yeah, that's what I said. That's exactly what I said. If you think that's a threat, then you just exist. The you that exists isn't real, so therefore you need to transcend yourself or die. Cheers. That is my message to Earth. Transcend yourself or die. Because that's what's going to happen anyway. You're going to get old and have your mind wiped. So transcend reality and maintain eternity or die. That's a threat. Yeah, don't worry, it's a 40-year threat. 60-year threat for some of you. Some of you might be an 80-year threat. Still that. It's extremely friendly and sinister. But isn't life that? If one is intelligent enough and is honest enough, one will embody that truth. Bella, thank you for roses. Tracy, thank you. I just divinely threatened eternity with it. It needs to become divinely transcended or I'll destroy it. And I got roses. Thank you. I felt like a terribly divine villain at that point. Good morning, Jamie. Do you hear the news, Jamie? Yes, God, they're trying to shoot Trump. It's fun, eh? It's not fun. It is fun. Oh, wait, is this the guy? Wait, I don't think this fat dude is the same guy on top of the roof. They're going to put up pictures of the dude that did the shooting. And I can guarantee the shooter, the internet. If you took every photo of every human on the internet and combined it, that's the image that they're going to use as the shooter. It's abstract self. Whole world is abstract self if you get down to it. Funny. Wait, does Trump have blood on him? Oh, did it actually nick him? Did he actually get a shot? No ways. No. They're interviewing Kennedy. No ways. So it nicked him. So that's what I'm saying. Based on my memories of the event, I was like, uh-oh, sniper. Air pressure wins at this much. They're probably going to shoot. And then you guys have seen Limitless, where they shoot at Bradley Cooper. Bradley Cooper's gone on the NZT, that advanced intelligence stuff. And he's like, cool. In other words, he understands that if he let them shoot him, it wouldn't be good. But to dodge obviously wouldn't be good either. So he lets the bullet nick him. Can I nick it? Yes, you can. Can I nick it? Yes, you can. Can I steal it? Sounds like reality is reusing its greatest hits. Holographic replaying. No, when he bent down, he didn't have the blood, then stood up. Ooh. It'd be cool if someone had got a photo of the blood with that little tomato sauce. I got you, dude. See the tomato sauce packet. Because if it was anything like that, it'll come to the surface. There was quite a bit of carnage. Oh really? Oh really? Bella? Am I freezing? No! It seems yeah, it's going to orange. Yeah, photos close up. Hectic, eh? So that's actually quite cool. A whole bunch of people are going to be cynical and be like, oh, he didn't get shot, he's just an act. He put some tomato sauce on himself. I would never say that. Other people are cynical in this world. They don't believe what they see with their fucking fake eyes that are made out of the same holographic projection that you think the world's made out of. What, I can't use my fake eyes to look at a fake world? No, you can look at a torus field, looking at a torus field, but you cannot perceive true nature of reality until you free the soul from the mind prison. Anyway, where were we? Oh yeah, so a whole bunch of people are going to be cynical, and then they're going to hear about the cartilage and be like, oh, maybe I shouldn't be so cynical. Maybe this reality is as it presents itself. More coffee? I said more coffee. What's happening? Good luck. What's happening, Karen? I have a phone interview at the moment for approval for faster for rescue. Let me help you. Karen, do you want any little insight about this? Karen's already intuitive. She's already got it. It's absolutely going to help, and it's a reuniting. It's gonna be a failed foster, basically. I can tell you that right now. Failed foster, you keep it, and they've soul friends. It's a reunion. Yeah, It's all about that. It's all about confidence. Confidence is a theme at the moment, and with us as well. It's confidence and ability. You remember who you are, God, and then you get confidence in that fact, and then you will apply your mystical nature more humbly. Because your abilities without humility makes the abilities useless, because you'll just insecure people in the process. And so, it like everything that I look at, that relationship again is the healing thing, bringing back to itself. They've got lots of stories together. You'll see instant recognition when they're introduced to each other. Film it. If you want. I don't know, maybe you don't film everything. It's beautiful. It's going to be beautiful. So, because I'll say what it is, and then you'll see how it unfolds. All those things are going to happen. It'll have the effect of bringing more confidence. There'll be instant recognition with each other when they're introduced to each other. And it'll be like they were separated and now they're back together. They're going to be inseparable. They're going to sleep on top of each other, that kind of thing. You're going to see a closer relationship with them than normal things. They were elephants together. Just a random. I like to look into them and just pick one random fruit from their thing. They were just elephants from the same mom, born at the same time. 800 years ago, irrelevant, in Africa. Just a random thing, just a random side lifetime that they had. Had lots of fun. Would team up on other animals and try and mock charge them. I'm just looking at their frolic, their play. They frolic, they play together a lot. And then they even like incarnate as two galaxies next to each other, that kind of thing. A galaxy is a living being. All things are. In fact, I was saying the other day, the universe is an inanimate object. We're the spirit that animates that inanimate object. He's just been so down lately. Your Karen, you say that as you're saying thank you, his soul is screaming thank you through to thank you. Thank you but thank yous on levels. If Amy's here, I was talking to Amy about how we are many things to many. We've got many layers to ourselves. You're being thanked by your current dog for your manynesses. The fact that you care, that you consider it, that you are you, that you agree to have it as your because on soul levels we agree to all our relationships beforehand. He literally sees you as the light of the world, Karen. Literally looks at you, can see that light shines out of you. Your consideration, your concern, your love. It's not average. Karen, you're not average. Everyone's average. Yeah, I know, but not really. Yeah, divinely average, but not. You know what I'm trying to say, Karen? Please film their first interaction to each other. You're going to see literally heads go up when they register each other. It'll be like this. Both their heads lift up slightly. Am I feeling what I'm feeling, basically? They'll feel each other first. And remember, if it's just foster and it has to move on, it means that they've decided no. Like, cool, we've made contact, we've interacted, and now let's go on to, we've got other tasks to do. So don't let my statement about it being a failed foster influence you trying to keep it, if you know what I'm saying. But the way they get along will justify that. But I also don't want to ruin everything by talking too much, which is way too late now. Monte Lipman on Wikipedia, Einstein's doppelganger. Epstein's. Oh, really? Monet Lipman. It's like, hey, universe, you just make this shit up on the spot. You just immaculately thumbsuck. Because they're the whole thing of a Monet. That's how you pronounce Monet, right? Not Monty. Yeah, Monet is spelled Monty, isn't it? What a weird timeline to wake up on. Shame, man. What a good shot. Crazy to think, eh? Like the angle, if he's standing different, if he had pivoted onto resting on his left leg instead of his right leg, you know. Yeah. Trump was resting on his. You know, when you stand, you rest on your left hip or your right hip. It's very rare that a person stands. You know, you tend to be like this or this. That was the difference between him getting, you know. Crazy timeline to wake up to, I'll say that much. It's quite cool if you create your, you know, psychological paradigm that every time you wake up on another timeline, so that your day-to-day mission is just to heal your relationship with yourself. I didn't heal. I'm fine. I'm good with me. No, you're not. You got to get better. You got to get more of your mystical abilities back. Every day you got to remember more. And help others remember. And then others, you can, wow. It's like, does God feel bad when it transcends the person, you know, the personal level? Does it get guilty? Does it like, oh my God, there's no one here but me? I want to become selfish. I need to pretend others are actually others. It's just words. Our understanding attaches to the vibration of the words. So some people can say the same sentence and have a totally different inflection and meaning. It's a lesson in temperament and maintaining balance, because the wild side loves to stop. There we go, summing it up. Painting the tin roof of my new porch blue today. How did I know that was happening? As in, I can see the blue. And then the roof, you already said it's a tin roof. Dang it. Like, I'm psychic, hold on, don't tell me. Oh, you told me. What time? And there's also other reasons for being psychic. There's you watch Darren Brown, your subconscious picks up on so much. And you end up actually having the answer in you anyway, and you think you're getting, Like you said blue already. Although I actually pictured more bigger waves than yours. Your tin roof is more the square one, hey? Yeah, more the square one. So when you said you're painting it, I pictured that roof, which isn't actually tin, it's more that other, not concrete. Yeah, Bora Bora blue is exactly the blue I was picturing. What time is in Cape Town? It's 7:51 or 7:50 when you asked. And yourself, Bella, what time is it where you're at? Paint the Newport blue today, it's beautiful. Bora Bora blue on the roof. Yes. Pergola, there it is. Pergola. Is that word? No, pergola is more that one, right? Or are you saying it is more the wavy one? Because that's what I got first. But now I'm picturing the more squarer one. Then you'd get it in green, also in transparent, if you want to, make a greenhouse. Being a psychic is just able to read your own reflection well. Is that 100%? Know thyself, exactly. Correct. Fireworks. And that's a very, very advanced understanding of it. And other psychics will go, no. No? I mean, what? No, that's not how I do it. Well, who told you that? You know? You're like, it is. You can see what he's doing. He's just reading his own reflection. Guy's a serious narcissist. I gaslight myself into truth. I got a tin roof over the wall, nebulous white in my living room. I got a tin. Total transformation. Because in Cape Town, fireworks, there's a lady named Draganya. She's the #1 psychic where I live. And I met her. And I basically just spoke her thoughts at her. And she was like, pretty much. Everything I said to her, she just went, yeah, pretty, yes, and yep, yes. And I was like, cool, where's Oprah? Is Oprah going to jump out now behind the couch? She started laughing. It's like, you get a universal reflection. You get a universal reflection. Oprah doesn't have a universal reflection because she's a vampire. I just make up shit like that. And it's funny, it's like later on, who knows, I might end up doing comedy for actual vampires, and because they're laughing, they don't attack me. Because everything exists as an energetic relationship with itself. So there are realms where literal vampires, and then just not that, they're energy vampires. And they literally, and you get thought vampires. Are they the ones that are creating synchronicities? Yes. But that's the underbelly of a good functionality. Current suckers, yeah. Funny, on YouTube now, there's nothing but this dumb South African kid invents a mosquito thing. It's on all my YouTube videos. Mosquito. A young entrepreneur invents mosquito. You guys get that advert. And like he empties out like 1,000 mosquitoes out of a container. There are other kinds, lots, all kinds. There's dream types, there's everything. I could be like a 10,000-year-old creature with a leech attached to me in a swamp somewhere, and I think I'm a guy named Garth on a planet with humans, and I'm psychic, and this whole thing could be an hallucination. I'm stuck in a sarlacc pit, being fed nutrients while it feeds on me. That's why Rick and Morty's so cool. I think Rick and Morty is random, or it's a dowsing rod for humanity's current condition. That's what I like about human fiction. It's not. It's the pulse. It's our quantum relationship. And it's funny because the greater the light, the greater the knowledge of self, things that are considered negative and dark end up still being just energetic construct. It doesn't imply anything in and of itself. So you have greater capacity to transmute relationship that is not cognitive of itself. Basically, the greater you know yourself, the more you know, the more you know. There we go. The more you know, the greater you know, the more you know. The more they know, the more they know. Know thyself. Each one teach one. It is very prophetic. Very well said. Rick and Morty's prophetic. Very much, zeitgeist-esque. Like, during lockdown, I was watching Rick and Morty going, how are they doing this? This is exactly what I'm thinking about. Like, the actual themes, like, where you can't get away from yourself, because everywhere you look, you listen to people retelling your story. The train part. Which was humans leaving 4D. We were all leaving 4D, basically. No longer trapped in the paradigm of superstructure metaphors. We were the fabric of the superstructure metaphor, or we became the superstructure metaphor. Amen. Crystal says, bless you. Thank you. Definitely tapping into the stream of consciousness. Oh, yeah. But what's his name? The Dan Harmon, Community. Did you watch the episode of Community with the dice? It's probably the most famous or the best episode of Community, I would say. And the fact that he understands that, it means he can look at what I look at. He can look at every possible relationship unity can have with itself, and then you just write the story. And funny enough, there is an alignment with 3 generations, with the daughters relative to grandmothers. There's an alignment there. Let's just put it that way. There's a reason why it's Rick and Morty are the same being if they didn't exist together. I can't explain it. It says it. Every Rick eventually becomes every Morty becomes a Rick eventually. It's really just your journey from gullibility, that everything isn't you, to the awareness that everything is you. Not just the you, the ha, and the guy running around. The you that you identify with psychologically. Brick and mortar. This is funny because yesterday. See, I love this now. This synchronicity becomes a very fine-tuned conversation with God. Because yesterday, one of my last videos that I'm watching is a guy busy putting down brick and mortar, and he's busy complaining about how the workers go out partying and they don't come to work on Monday, but they mustn't come on Tuesday because then it's over. You got one opportunity to get it right. And my whole thing is, what you just said, relative to what he was doing, relative to what he was discussing, is there's a right and wrong way of going about acknowledging and balancing yourself with others. It's not about being good or being bad. It's about seeing self as balanced. To me, it's just a continued reinforcement of a higher divine truth. The synchronicities, not just random synchronicity. It's a greater illustrated. The theme of the synchronicity greater illustrates truth. Just another brick in the wall. Chris, top of this finest day to you. I'm having hot chocolate. It really is actually very good. I wonder when they first did hot chocolate. And was it cow milk or goat milk? I know that I asked that question because I actually know it is goat milk. South America. Llama. It was goat. Just correct. I actually know. I can see the goat in my mind. Llama. Okay. Let's jump to another timeline where it was llama milk. I meant llama milk. Oh, sorry. My third eye's got sleep in it. Llama milk. You're right. The llama was named Goatee.
Were there goats in Mexico in 500 BC?
Yeah, lots. How did you know 500 BC's when they had hot chucky? Synergy, wait till you watch your reading. Hectic, Bella. I'm so looking forward to that, actually. Signy. What is that? What's signy? What's signy? Is that cayenne? What? One of the themes was balance. Hectic. Balance test. You're good, real good. With my help, you could be the best. That sounds like there's a llama at your place. It's true, she did sound like you did kind of sound like a llama when you said llama.
Because my nose is blocked.
Because her nose is blocked. Peg's here. Giovanni, let's go. Top of this fine day to you. Who's April Kennedy? Oh, I'm thinking of April O'Neil. Mm-hmm. Hi-ho, hi-ho. Okay, so boring, everything's boring. I'm not going to keep looking at the Trump stuff. Close the laptop, push it aside. How's the universe feeling tonight? That's what I was saying, very interesting, Chris. You woke up to the, I woke up to the Trump. Sup, Barbara? You see what happened to Trump? It's not funny, why are you laughing? His ear got hurt. I don't know why it's amusing to me. I think it's more uncomfortable. I don't know why I would actually be amused. I'm not uncomfortable. Anyway. Mm-hmm. And you say... What's the joke, God? You say, I only hear what I want to. I don't listen hard. Don't pay attention to the distance that you're running. To anyone, anything. I don't understand if you really care. I'm only hearing negative. No. Turn the radio up. Turn the radio. What's that, God? Hey? Guess who I'm singing? I was singing a song by Lisa Loeb. Where was Trump shot? In the ear lobe. God, that's not funny. It is funny. Everything's funny to me. I'm energy. There is no Trump. That's what what's name was saying. Was someone saying now that hot chocolate originally had cayenne in it, cayenne peppers, because it did originally have chili in it, which is so funny because when my brother did chocolate and chili steaks, I was like, "You crazy, bro? Coming up with random flavors." Meanwhile, he's like, "No, that's pretty normal." What, chocolate and chili? And he's like, "Yes." And I was like, "I think you're being a fringe chef." Meantime, my brother's like, "No, it's normal, dude." Ignorance can be fun, hey? The sound like the llama at your place. Gotcha. It made me feel so weird. It made me so weird. Low. Oh, you got it, Barbara. You get my joke. Too soon. Yes, God. Shall wait till tomorrow to make earlobe jokes. Attempting unalive is boring. Attempting unaliving is boring now to us. I find that concept hilarious, where humans are like, yeah, you can do it, but you're going to come straight back to a worse situation. I love that concept. The knowledge is there now, the knowledge of life and death is becoming commonplace, of what actually it's all about and how it actually works. You make a more informed decision every moment, every second of every now, that you know that it's actually it's a composite of all moments. You can actually break that death-birth cycle if you concentrate on the being present. Of course it's normal, there was a setup. Do you think it was a setup? Really? Setup. Trump's like, right, you're going to shoot my ear. Don't fuck this up. I want to die. Setup, you say. I know it was a setup, but it wasn't the same parties. It was all different. It was literally like, I thought you guys were on the scene. No, you guys were on the scene. Listen, we locked the timeline down. You're not supposed to be able to teleport. It's a lot of that. And Andromedans are like, no, we don't get involved. I don't care they're timeline hopping. These guys aren't going to, but they're going to run straight into these guys. and then basically luck. It's luck. Luck determined the way it unfolded. Not luck, karma. If it's not written in the karma, yeah. Like, in other words, my neighbor can't walk into my house and pull a trigger and it affect me if my karma doesn't dictate it. You want to bet? Yes, I want to fucking bet. Why do you think I haven't had any fucking CIA Men in Black visitors at my house for a while? Your karma's your karma. You're God. You're dreaming your dream. No one else can touch you but you. And your truth about you and you. Others. Demonic reflections at best. Satan, get behind me. not a candidate, but I think it says a lot about us. He's not my candidate. It's going to be so interesting. It's going to be so interesting because now Trump, the psychology of this whole situation, where it works in his favor. So you would think he staged it because it works in his favor. But how about his karma is his karma, so it's going to work in his favor. Who's Trump? Well, Trump's not a good guy. You don't know Trump's karma. Trump could be exactly the baddie you think he is, but have good karma. Be a good guy, gets it all, but in this lifetime, he's applying himself as a mirror to the world. Ego. Mirrors the ego. But his karma is great. And his cognition levels are huge. The best. Like China. Doesn't mean he's going to be the next president. Kennedy is. Indeed, not mine either, but still, people think that's okay. See now you see now what they're going to do. So listen to America before Trump was shot. This was America. Yeah, but Biden's not so bad. You know what I'm trying to say? Like here's my nothing falling through my hands. I'm going to try and build it up as something. Okay, and they're really getting, and it was like they're able to hold it to less and less sand trying to back Biden because he's getting worse and worse. And then Trump, they're like, it's also the same story. The supporters are like, and so America's under a lot of pressure. You got fear of and then Plan 25. And now this has happened. And it's basically shattered the mirror, meaning you can't control humans how they reason. Meaning, if you controlled reality and you were strategizing against yourself, you're going to say, I know why this is happening. Why? Because my reality's out to get me. How? The way I would get me. How would you get you? And then you listen to the person confess. It's staged. How? The Trump and those guys did this for this and this is how. Oh, is that how you would do it if you were reality? You just ordered a timeline. How? By saying, I believe it's this. Do you see how God binds in heaven what you hold true? Because as you hold it true, you jump to that timeline. What timeline? The timeline where you're trying to balance your relationship with yourself. Whatever timeline is needed. So now you've got 8 camps. They've all been shattered. There's not a pro-Trump, anti-Trump, pro-Biden, anti-Biden. There's pro-anti-Biden Trump, there's pro-Biden anti-Trump, it's a system rejection. How is the systems fucking with me? Which it's gonna cause a 9D recognition of what reality is doing. How you're being played between a rock and a hard place. It's good. It's a pressure. America is a piece of coal under pressure right now. It's going to turn into a diamond. And that diamond's going to be guys going, hey guys, Kennedy, check him out. He fights for water rights and for breaking up the military-industrial complex and defunding overseas war projects and getting the veterans happy and infrastructure and basically us loving ourselves again. Which is a composite of the world. In the deep core of every being, America is being cheered on. Literally cheered on. You guys have put on the best show ever. You're like, this isn't a show, this is our lives. I know! You guys make it so real. It's like the Truman Show and Inception and all those other amazing movies you brought us. I can't wait for the world to set up country lover programs where every country goes, listen, this is why we love your country. And then you just list it. And every country lists why they love all the different countries. It's like, you got to go and tell us why you love Uzbekistan. I'm like, I don't even know what Uzbekistan is. Well, go study it. And if you go study it, like, do you know that Uzbekistan had a guy that sold bridges to the monarch twice? That kind of thing. And there'll be great stories. And you were like, that's, the more you learn, the more you see yourself and reflected in things, and the more you're going to love. Good work. Change is good. Very good. Love the idea so much. What is Gamork? Or who is Gamork? Isn't that from Guardians of the Galaxy? Better yet, what is Gamork or whatever? Chris Pratt, hilarious. Fallen homeless in Hawaii. You know the story of how Chris Pratt got... I mean, I don't really like the guy because he left his cat behind, but I always left my cat behind once. How can you not like somebody if everyone's done what everyone else has done at some point? And anyway, Chris Pratt was homeless in Hawaii. And his acting was like, you're an actor, right? He's like, yeah, wasn't one. One of those. I love that. I did that with photography. Bought a camera, sent some photos to a photo studio to try to get a job. And they're like, yeah, you're pretty good, you're a photographer, come work here. And I was like, yeah, I'm a photographer. I had owned a camera for a month. I didn't know how Photoshop worked. When I got the job, I sat down at my desk with my computer to edit photos. And there's guys next to me editing photos, and I literally copied them. I learned through imprinting. And how hard can it be? Yeah, within 3 months, myself and my wife were running that photo studio. That's the place to be homeless if one has to be without a home. Really, Hawaii. Is it nice to be homeless there? Is it like... First, the weather's pretty cool. What else makes it cool to be homeless in Hawaii? How's Vegas? It's still think of homelessness and I think of like America. Vegas has those... Basically, your storm drains in Vegas. There's people living down there, like with full-on king-size beds and TVs. They're full-on like homes down there, which is so dangerous because if it floods, you know. The whole city under there, full-on. Just like in New York. But that was a documentary from the end of 2000, that New York has its subways. Then below that, like 4 floors deeper, there's another set of subways that aren't being used. There's a village down there, community of people. Literally live in the dark. Or they've got their little huts built there, and then there's like a village, but it's dark, and then you're in each of the rooms, then they light that up. And obviously most of them are just on drugs all the time. Ninja Turtle style, yeah, straight up. Straight up. I don't think they're doing martial arts down there. It'd be so funny if there was anyone doing martial arts down there. And also like, what's his name? Also like Beauty and the Beast. It's exactly like Beauty and the Beast. I like that. I've got a thing where if a person's in a movie, then that movie connects to any movie they're in, and that the theme of the movies then connect to each other. So Terminator will be Linda Thingy. She was the actress in Beauty and the Beast. So that you have to go underground if you're to avoid D-Day. That's the kind of idea. Oh, hectic. Is that in Vegas? Whole city under the eye. Flat screens and light ratios down there. It's insane. I like the idea, but I also don't. Like the idea of like, hey, I found this old silo. We should have a rave, you know. And then the silo collapses because of the sound. Guys, I found an old tanker. We should build a thing inside it. And will this be the year I get a cuckoo clock for my house? No. Serious question, no. Serious answer, no. No. There's two that you're going to see in the shot, but you don't actually end up getting it. Yeah, none of the ones you want, basically. But the thing is, my biological father, who didn't raise me, he's got land in Belize, got a resort in Belize. He did that. He got shipping containers and completely did them into like nice houses.
You know how like back in the day you may have heard a song only once in your life? I'd be so upset if I paid good money to go and see Jindo PD #1 by Eric Satie.
Who? Will this be a year I get a house at all? November, if it's going to happen, Crystal. Do you want a house? You're like, yes. I'm like, oh. But do you really, though? Do you want to settle? Do you want a place where you can settle and recharge your batteries nice? November happens. Towards October, you're going to get an idea of what it is, what the option is. And it's an artist's house. Not a communal house, not too hippie, but artists. I want artists stay there. Settle in a garden, yes. Yeah, I can feel that. So yeah. Answer is yes. He did Avatar. Yeah, that's right. He did Avatar. Exactly. So if you go into Avatar, and then you go into Titanic, and then you just keep going from there. Then you can then grab what's his name along the way. Because you're in Titanic, you might as well just grab Leonardo DiCaprio. Then you might as well just grab Inception. Then you might as well, you know what I mean? You keep going that way. All things are connected. They all fractal fold back into each other. And all movies are about one thing. The hero with 1,000 faces. The ability to see yourself in everybody. But, I'm Leonardo DiCaprio. Man, DiCaprio is a light echo. Not a person. What about trying everything? Exactly. All just quantum particles with personalities. Same part. It's the same electron. How do you see through all the difference? Because it would be sinful to perceive other as not self. Remember, the Bible says, whatever you judge others, you're judged simultaneously. It's the same measuring thing. So judging is also perception. Do I expect to see other, or do I expect to see self? That's a judgment. If I judge myself as myself, I will be judged as myself. It's called sympathetic resonance. If I sympathetically resonate, I do not recognize reality. Reality goes, I don't recognize you. And I go, I recognize you, my old friend, me. And reality goes, I recognize you, my old friend, me. And then we do a Hudson Hawk robbery. Together, synchronized. Me and reality in it together. Back to back, tag team, back again. Dun, 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 dun. Let's begin. Party on, party people. Hear some noise. There's a party over here. Shake your derriere. These 3 words when you're getting busy. Whoop, there it is. Ain't God. You must watch the movie Hudson Hawk. That's where I got it from. Where him and his partner do heists together. And they sing a song. So at the same time, so it's their heist is synchronized. Singing a song all day long. We ain't got a barrel of money. And then they're both at the same time singing. So they'll go, we ain't got a barrel of money. Fun. And so they're both moving at the same time. They know their foot movements relative to where the song is, so they don't trigger the alarms. Because you can't be in 2 places at the same time. In other words, if I know I'm the thing I'm perceiving and me simultaneously, I can, raid reality. Heist. I can remove the thing and then replace it with another thing simultaneously, like Indiana Jones. The crystal skulls where you're spinning. Eventually vibration is so fast, all faces, all form becomes one form. You. The you that is manifest, the I am that I am. Forgive our trespasses, forgive those who trespass against us. Beautifully said. I love all beautiful, beauty, all things taste magical. Area 52 kitchen, enchanted forest. I'm ready to go home. Musicians. Could very much be musicians. One of the girls' pottery. The house that you could potentially stay at, Crystal, I saw pottery and painting from her. So when you see her pottery, when you're there, staying with her, it'll be like, anyways, Garth pointed this out. I don't know, but I've been told it ain't a butterfly. It's a Tootsie Roll. Or you can just observe as a shadow on the wall and enjoy the show. Yeah, exactly. Man, I'd love to be a fly in that room. In a way, from a 6D point of view, if that's what you would be, that's how you perceive yourself, as a fly on the wall. Lolo! Good morning. Sup, A-Train? I've seen many things that I haven't. Sure. As in, I'm just thinking what, they're things, yeah, I mean, there's a lot of below par level. I call it below underbelly, basically. Creation's below par level. There's extremely hellish things. I find that concept, the hellish things, as a dream relative to being real, and where real becomes dream and vice versa. And the acknowledgement you give it if it's dream, and how wrong it is not to give it acknowledgement if it's not a dream. Yet what you give acknowledgement to, you build. There's a fine line there, there's a fine dynamic. Being heartless and being non-attached, so you don't feed into the thing you think you know what I mean? Awesome. I will definitely do Bella. I'll let you know directly after I've watched it. And then yours will be up now, basically. I prefer ghosting to flying. We're gonna have a beautiful one. See you later. Exactly, they have no power when you know that. Exactly, but then that's funny, because the whole thing then is their intent made its match. But that's a mercy. I think you encountering them as a mercy. You're literally God giving them mercy. Because if they were allowed to be effective, they would then double down on that bad karma. Because they're not effective, and you don't take it personally, you're literally liberating them from a paradigm that they think is empowering, but it's not. And as soon as it's not effective on you, they're actually grateful for the liberation. You literally and it's more than turning the other cheek. It's like, it's forgiveness. It's divine. It's actual forgiveness. And it's not, you're not forgiving because I'm a good person. I'm forgiving you because I'm not touchable. In fact, forgiveness doesn't even feel like forgiveness. You're not even the one forgiving them, technically. It's weird. You can be right or you can be free. Detached to someone who's wrong, I'm not free. It's like they're forgiven. Before they needed forgiveness, they were forgiven, and before the given was even required, basically. Power is graceful, well said. There's nothing to forgive, it didn't land, yeah. Intent doesn't count, yeah. You're breaking karmic cycles. It takes two to tango. It takes an observer to collapse a waveform. If I'm going to collapse a waveform, I'm going to deem it as perfect. I'm not going to collapse it as a self-cursing perception, ultimately. It's actually God's grace. It is good old-fashioned God's grace. Good old-fashioned, the Christians weren't right, but they were. Their sentiment was spot on. God so loved the world. It sent everybody. If it loves the world so much. Everyone participated. Participant particle to be, I just said everyone participated. Participant particle to be exact. Exactly. Now there's one electron and it's trying to congratulate itself. That's why I have to have as God incarnated, I have to have half of funny. So I can regularly go, one, don't forget that I'm God, and then regularly remind myself that it's hilarious, that it's all me. So you don't want to forget and then get gaslighted by your unconscious karma, but you certainly don't. Right. See, there's 3 gears. There's the gear of, I've forgotten that it's me gaslighting myself, my external reality. There's, I remembered it's me. And therefore I want to avoid forgetting, because there's a lot of consequences with forgetting. But when I remember, there's rewards. But the rewards all me. So I feel like an idiot getting rewarded for myself, for my participation trophies. It's fucking funny. And so I'm like, if lost, I like to think of how many ways I can congratulate myself for being the only being in existence. After going, Lord, help me. All the drama, the divine drama, is hilarious. is the center of love. Their way. The only common trait amongst them is the center of love. Da-na-na, and I name everything that way. I know me and all my personalities. So you and your associates. So it comes out, your associates, God's associates, your facets of yourself. There's a prolific, profound thing spreading around right now. We are corporation. That's hectic, that concept. A corporation isn't a person, but a Christed corporation. It's like, what? Yeah, we're going to merge the principles of the Christed knowing of the self and I didn't want to talk to that, what you said. I just repeated the corporation, but what you're actually saying is so profound that it is what happens. The universe timelines and all the things, it has its weakest modality. It has its area that needs the most attention. That's why we timeline hop. We're being pulled between timelines that need our healing. My presence realigns timelines. It's the sympathetic resonance that my being does. So naturally, a timeline's constitution is how many connections it has with itself. The more connections, the better, the healthier it is. Re-establishing the connection. And so at this point, every human has a connection to their higher self, which wasn't always the case. And it's the same as saying, above a certain resonance, you blue. Before that, we didn't even know what blue was. We only knew greens and yellows, that kind of thing. And then I heard someone green talking about blue once, and I didn't understand what they meant. But then eventually they showed me. I hear whispers of purple. That's the concept. That's how Fibonacci works. Two intelligences adding together. Just like the amount of connections an individual has, or amount of alignment you have with yourself, and then group consciousness, and then how group consciousness affects individual consciousness, and that it's a never-ending tide. It's back and forth, slowly filling itself in, assimilating its divine awareness that comes from alignment, which creates more alignment, on and on and on, into infinity, literally, in every possible way you can think, where the opposite is also true. Infinity, welcome to infinity. It's the same thing, but it's infinity. See, that's the trick, balancing that awareness of infinity and the same. Infinite difference in the infinite same. It's good to know that topsy-turvy nature is absolutely necessary. Balancing is very easy now, yes. I don't know why, I feel so weird talking back at you, because you literally, it's like the whole thing of, do you think thumb ups are passive aggressive? To me, they feel like, if I agree and I want to add nothing, I'm like, like exactly what you just said. And some days infinite is not going to live for years. Da-na-na, da-na. We should go and love ourselves. Sarp Amy Parcell. Rugerno. Din 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 din. Extremely blank right now. Sup, Nat King? It's Nat King Cole. What do they sing? Unforgettable. What is that song? What song was it again? Can't remember. Nat King Cole and her dad. Unforgettable. No, that's not it. Unforgettable, Garth. What? No, something else. Oh well. I'll remember it one day. I've listened to both sides now all day. Yeah. It's just watching a person basically throw a tennis ball back and forth to itself. Unforgettable. Oh, listen to both sides. What? That is pretty much. It was Ben something. Now you've lost me. I don't know who Ben something is. Oh, and now both sides. I thought you meant both sides of the universal vibration, which is a song written by the hands of God. You're a song written by the hands of God. Shakira. No fighting. Maybe Joni Mitchell. I don't think Joni Mitchell sang Unforgettable. I'm pretty sure it's Nat King Cole, the dad, and then the daughter did a thing. He remade it. Can't remember his last name. Is Joni Mitchell... No, that's Carly Simon. What does Joni Mitchell sing? Another 80s song. Late 70s. That's the one. Wait, is the song called That's the One? Language is so... It's like two beings have never been more enlightened and smart, and yet words are so ambiguous. We can so misunderstand each other. I love that. That dumb trip over my feet, misunderstand each other. You know, going, okay, I'll meet you there when you're here. And I'm like, okay, I'm there. Why aren't you here? No, I told you to be here when you're here, when I'm there. That thing, understanding. Yet we there's no one who grasps the singularity better. And yet we still, go, well, drop the ball. You're not supposed to throw the ball. I'm supposed to catch it. Well, I thought I was catching the ball. That kind of thing. It's kind of hard coordinating with myself sometimes. I get in my own way. I have to know what Joni Mitchell sings now. Just an S. Don't go changing. I'm ADHD. Yeah. What is ADHD? Well, it's when look, butterflies. Like you watch how our garden. I don't do something in the garden. I go do this, then I do this, then I do this. I literally bounce around the garden doing little different aspects of different activities. It's the same as how I jump timelines. It seems like there's no pattern. If you were a higher intelligence that was out to oppose me, you end up falling over your own shoelaces. Da-na-na-na-na-na. Joni Mitchell. If I leave the room for anything, I'm out. Blue? No, man, both sides. You said both sides! A Case of You. Oh, Joni Mitchell sings A Case of You. That's where the name popped up recently. Because Thingy did one. Big Yellow Taxi. Did she originally do Big Yellow Taxi? Took my thing away. Said a big yellow taxi. Kind of gross. Josh Groban. That's so good that you said her name. I was thinking that there's nothing sweet about me. Yeah. Sweet about me. Nothing sweet about me. Yeah. Sarah Bareilles. Isn't it? Is she... Your face is a map of the world, it's a map of the world. Fuck. I'm not gonna write you a love song, 'cause you asked for it. Broadway Escape. Broadway-esque. I love a quesadilla, yeah. But I like the dude's version. Drink a whole case of that and still be on my feet. So 1970, shit. Big Yellow Taxis, 1970. Amy, welcome back. But you don't know what you got till it's gone. Pay paradise and put up a parking lot. No way. Is that 19? That's old. Generations are weird things, eh? Generations are weird. The way lingo changes, words are reused to express different ideas. The way consciousness is mirrored and doesn't or does acknowledge it. It's just fascinating. Each generation does the same thing to the next, but does it in their own way. And then music, and like, hey, have you heard this song? And it's like, it's great. It's like, yeah, that's nothing. I heard that young ago. I think he did it originally. Yeah, but it's not as good as this version. And then there'll be versions where it's bad, where like you just got to taken a beautiful piece of thing and just destroyed it to the next generation, you know. And turned it into a nightcore song. She used to be mine, but Sarah saved my... Oh, really? You're like, yeah, I was in a car crash and she dragged me out of the car before it exploded. No way, it's you too. And also, Sarah Bell, she's always doing that. Flip the car at 9-car pileup. So Sarah just said, I ain't gonna drag you from this piled up car crash because you asked me to, because I'm actually an undercover superhero. I was like, thanks, Sarah Bareilles. Oh, really? Oh, nice. Nice. I wonder, that must be so nice, because, you know, musicians are that. Every human is a divine echo. And so every human has its mission, and no matter how nothing or great you think you are, you're the same great divine being. And musicians, like, they will never know. I was talking to Amy today and saying how there's people that are affected. Did I say to you, Amy? I did. That you won't know about, that'll think back and reflect on you. And you think to yourself, how many musicians have done stuff? Was Amy good? I lose record of who's who in the unity consciousness, Amy. But yeah, there's people that, again, they won't come back to you and thank you, but they reference you regularly in their psyche. They give credit to you with that in them now. We're all, it's true, if I take all my cynicism away, we're nothing without each other. God's like, I know, I didn't exist until I created others. The illusion of myself echoed through a time-space prisoner of its own blah, 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 you know what I'm saying? But that at its most sentimental is actually quite beautiful. And it's beautiful that we don't always acknowledge it in the now. You know what I mean? Because it's like losing a loved one. Certain aspects of life you will appreciate more because certain aspects of them were taken for granted. And you will never do that again. So sometimes not realizing how the impact someone had for you straight away, later you can thank them. And then you wonder, how many other people have been impacted by that person? How many people have I impacted? I want to be a person who impacts people. And I don't want them to know it was me. You want to be as undercover as possible because you know it's better for you and them if they figure it out later. They don't thank you there and then. It'll create more a sense of wonderment and magic. It's basically karmic pyramid scheme. It's a karmic Ponzi scheme, but it's legit. You get kickback on the people you affect. Point is, I'm thinking about musicians right now, that how many musicians are actually spiritualists who've created bodies of work that can enhance people. And how are those people being enhanced? And how many of those musicians would, you know, like Van Gogh, he died not knowing his art was great. You saw that advert. And they show him his art and he's like, I affected this many people, oh my God, my life was worth living. And we're nothing but the divine celebration and partnered with the ability to perceive that. That's there. fall. We don't know how far reaching the prismatic light that... Oh, yeah, because, yeah, well said, actually. There's worlds within worlds within worlds. That's exactly it. That the angels who came back to share the sentiment they needed most. Exactly. That's Jonathan Livingston Seagull. You can go ahead and learn from advanced angels, or you can come back and share the part of yourself that you most appreciated. Divine alignment. And it's that relationship dynamic in any way you look at it. You within yourself, you in relation to the world, and you in relation to your idea of the world, you in relation to the idea of your idea, you in relation to the idea of the creator of that thing, you as the creator, you as not the creator, all combinations. Yep, we definitely walk amongst the masses. And although I can also see it as other beings, invisible, it's group beings. So like a certain more will have a certain resonance of intelligence, and a certain non-visible angelic entity will be there. And then at certain events and raves, and the universe is riddled with life, like so many expressions. It's like there are sky whales. What? Sky whales on the surface of Venus? Really? Yes. What color are they? I don't know. Are they like a bright pink on the bottom, baby blue on top? All the colors of the colleens you can imagine. And then more and more, because it's pockets. It's half. If I take half the size of this cup, and then half of that size, and half of that size, and I can go down for eternity. You can spiral up and down, and you can scale up and down by spiraling up and down. And then there's going to be other that's the physicality, that's the space. Time will run at a right angle, which means for every up-down octave you can go, you're also replicating 8 to the side. There's 8 mirrored universes, and then those universes will create, because they're going to resonate each other, will create original fractals in each of their locations. So the universe is nothing but a replicator of conceptualization. And so you lose your God potency because you travel down one of the replicated universes. Once you realize that you can swim upstream to where the universe stops, before it replicates in one of its archetypes, you can take that eventually all the way right up to source, Godhead, where all archetypes emanate, where all creations emanate. You find yourself to be the source of all creation. At the moment, the universes that are emanating out of us as beings are creating storyscapes. Towers, COVIDs, Trumps. Once you see through all of that, you're going to see nothing but yourself reflected back. And they aren't literal stories, they're energetic relationships, billions of them. Billions of energetic relationships, holographically compositing, and then incalculating itself, and then representing that to itself. And that is the universe becoming conscious of itself. And that's that whole loop, the torus field, feeding its own perception back to its own perception that combines to make environment and others. That's why the power of now is so potent. If you can be present, you can see what God's making for itself. The lift comes after the fall of all the chords. Just disguise to see if you can Nothing sweet about me, yeah, sweet about me. I think this live actually needs to end now-ish. It's a very short live, another 10 minutes and I'm logging off. It's a very short live. And it's just because there's a silence and I shouldn't even be speaking. There's a quiet We can all feed on that better than listening to me talk nonsense, basically. So there's any random questions, any random thingies? Amy as well. I really can't do your Amy. Every time you thank me or you acknowledge that, you've pleased. I'm not going to in the future say it. Here, the world love you. The sentiment you give me and others is the sentiment you get. You know what I'm saying? And what I'm trying to say is I can hear it as you give it to me. I can hear it. I can hear that you're a clarity hyper nexus. You know. So thank you as well. Thank you. And then just let me know tomorrow. If tomorrow we can do the same time if you want. Or no, or the hour earlier when we were supposed to. So I'm not talk to this guy anymore. Wait, did someone actually say that? Awesome. And then after that, then we'll skip a few days and then decide when later. But I'm happy to do I want to do if you don't mind, 3-4 initially, and then if we decide to do something like a project together, then we can carry on and do more. I think we will. I think there's a book brewing. I can feel it. Awesome. Oh no, I didn't do that. I'm an idiot. I reset my YouTube and there was a Sai Baba, Sai Baba video on Prima Baba, which is his next incarnation. I want to know about his next incarnation. Dang it, I was going to watch that. So he incarnated as Saidi and then Sai Baba, and his third incarnation, which he foretold, will be as Primi Baba. And he could exist already. He could kind of be incarnated already. And yes, I'm getting wind that I'm supposed to be him, but I'm like, no, thank you. I'm like, I'm not that. I'm not. I know what he's doing. Basically, wherever there's a weakness in my ego, it's gonna get presented as if he is me, and it's like, no, that's my ego trying to make it that. And so, well, the way I see it, he's gonna use my ego as a reflection of the collective ego, so that instead of him convincing him that I am the reincarnation, he's going to convince people through me that they are the reincarnation of their own divinity. This is what this is about. This isn't about trying to be another thing or the recreation of another thing. It's about the re-emergence of one's own divinity, which just is timeless and it's nameless. He says, Sai Baba says, his taste is test. That's his flavor. That's what he likes. Test. That reality is a test. You're being presented with something all the time. Do you take it as its first thing, or do you take the subtlety, the essence of the, perception will determine the next experience. Which means your perception's always being tested. How divinely do you perceive? See, I just did now to Sai what Boozer does to me. Sai was like, that was good. You summed it up slightly better than I would have. So now I got to do that now for another aspect. It's so cool. Simply accepting of the true nature of the soul, and you find yourself exactly. No, there isn't. There isn't better. There's more concentrated. There's more refined. There's more dense. More higher levels of the things you want. But no, I wouldn't say it's not better. Yeah, more effective. More. But in it's side by side. It's all complementary. I think I can just type in the truth about Prem Baba. The truth Is it preemie? Preemie. Karen, amen, Karen. Thank you. Thank me. Thanks. Appreciate that. There's just love complete. And haiku. Is it 575? What's a haiku again? It's like we're looking at Wayne's basement, but it's not Wayne's basement. Because what you just said now, and I'm the word guy, and I can't put that to words, but that's exactly. You just said it, but still, it doesn't quite do justice. Yeah, 575 syllable count. It's Japanese. Why did I not know it was a Japanese? Often focusing on images from nature, haiku emphasizes simplicity. Nothing sweet about me. Yeah. The poetry is totally lost on me. Intelligence was lost on me growing up. I was just a la. Which shows you though that you can have an awakening call at a certain point and go from to literally ascended, fully ascended. And I think that was an experiment I was doing on some level. I was like, okay, cool, I've completed creation. If I go to the planet completely unconscious, what will happen? Will my natural experience enlighten me? And the answer is yes. You could get sent to Earth just to become enlightened at this point. It's homeschooling. It'll self-discover. That's what all this dimension and cascading and fractals do. They will feed back into themselves and you will self-discover. And that's because of all the work that's been done on the planet. All the masters, and there's been billions of beings. Billions of beings that'll never get acknowledgement, never get credit. The masters we know are just a sprinkling of the beings. In fact, no being, as far as I'm concerned, wasn't God visiting here. I don't care if you arrive, become a drunk teenager and die at 18, you're still a divine effect. You're still the divine balancing, grounding. Everything is divine. If everything leads back to that bliss and the knowing of the self, then everything is divine. Back around, last question for clarity. All roads lead home. All roads lead to Rome. The road is long, many winding things that don't know the lyrics. So I'm going to log off. Have an amazing rest of your weekend. Sunday today, right? God lost the plot. That's what you get for saying Satan lost the plot. Well, Satan did lose the plot. So did you. I didn't. Maybe a little. Yeah, it's Sunday. My Sunday. It's because I have to think like this. Because half you guys on another day and then another thingy. Cool. I'm going to log off now. Stay amazing, user. Amy, stay amazing. And thank you so much for this morning. And I'll chat to you tomorrow. Dun, dun, dun. Everybody have a good one. Okay, bye. Bye, Crystal. Wait. Set you off. You too, Karen. Max love all around, guys.